Envision, if you dare, a land steeped in the mists of antiquity, a cradle of civilizations where rivers like the Indus carve through time itself, whispering tales of empires risen and fallen, of peoples bound by faith, yet divided by destiny. This is not merely soil. It is the forge of a nation, where the clash of cultures would birth a dream as bold as it was divisive. But before the green and white flag fluttered in the winds of freedom, before the cries of Pakistan Zindabad echoed across newly drawn borders, there was a simmering unrest, a quiet storm brewing in the hearts of millions under the shadow of colonial rule. What ignited this fire? Was it the ancient glory of the Mughal courts, where Muslims once ruled with splendor, now reduced to subjects in their own homeland? Or the unyielding vision of leaders who saw two nations in one subcontinent, irreconcilable in faith and future? Picture the teeming streets of British India, where scholars, poets, and politicians gathered in secret, plotting not rebellion, but rebirth. Riots that scarred cities, migrations that uprooted lives, and a partition that would redraw maps in blood. Yet from this turmoil emerged something extraordinary. A homeland for the subcontinent's Muslims, a beacon of hope amid chaos. Could a divided people, oppressed for centuries, forge a sovereign state against the tides of history? Could faith and resolve outweigh the might of empires and the pain of separation? This is the story of Pakistan's birth and rise, a cinematic saga of sacrifice, struggle, and unyielding spirit. But beware, every dawn casts shadows, every victory bears scars. As we journey through this narration, ponder, what cost does a nation pay for its soul? For in Pakistan's tale, you'll discover not just history, but the enduring pulse of resilience, identity, and aspiration. Brace yourself, for the Odyssey begins with the ancient whispers of a land eternal.
Ancient roots and the arrival of Islam. The narrative of Pakistan is etched into the very earth of the subcontinent, a land that has witnessed the dawn of human civilization and the ebb and flow of empires across millennia. To understand its birth, we must journey back to the cradle of the Indus Valley, a region where the mighty Indus River, today's lifeline snaking through the provinces of Punjab and Sindh, has flowed for eons, nourishing fertile alluvial soils that birthed one of humanity's greatest mysteries and laid the foundational stones for what would one day become a nation of profound cultural depth and resilient spirit. Around 7000 BCE, in the arid yet resource-rich shadow of the Suleiman Mountains in Baluchistan, the site of Mehragar emerged as one of the world's earliest farming communities, a quiet revolution that marked the transition from nomadic hunter-gatherers to settled agricultural societies. These early inhabitants, likely Proto-Dravidian peoples with dark skin and sturdy builds, domesticated wild grasses into cultivated wheat and barley, tamed wild sheep and goats into herds, and constructed simple mud brick homes with storage pits for grain, tools, and even rudimentary jewelry crafted from local lapis lazuli and carnelian. Archaeological excavations have uncovered dental fillings in molars, evidence of early dentistry, and lapidary workshops, suggesting a society already skilled in surgery, trade, and craftsmanship that extended to neighboring regions like the Zagros Mountains in Iran. Mehragar was no isolated village. It sat at the crossroads of trade routes that would later link the subcontinent to Mesopotamia and Central Asia, foreshadowing the region's role as a bridge between East and West. By approximately 3300 BCE, this agricultural foundation had blossomed into the Indus Valley civilization, also known as the Harappan civilization, a Bronze Age marvel that spanned over 1 million square kilometers, encompassing much of modern-day Pakistan and northwest India, and representing one of the three earliest urban societies alongside Sumer and Egypt. Centralized on the Indus and its tributaries, the Chenab, Jhelum, Ravi, and Sutlej, the civilization included over 1,000 settlements, with major urban hubs like Harappa in the Sahiwal district of Punjab and Mohenjo-Daro in Larkana, Sindh, standing as testaments to unparalleled urban planning and engineering prowess. Mohenjo-Daro, the Mound of the Dead, was a bustling city of perhaps 40,000 souls, laid out on a meticulous grid of wide, straight streets lined with two-story houses constructed from standardized baked bricks measuring 28 by 14 by 7 centimeters, ensuring uniformity and durability. Each dwelling featured private wells lined with gypsum mortar, bathrooms with sloped brick floors for drainage, and covered sewers leading to a sophisticated underground system that carried waste to settling tanks outside the city walls, a sanitation feat that would not be matched in Europe for another 2,000 years and still amazes modern engineers. The Great Bath, a 12 by 7 meter pool made of watertight brickwork sealed with bitumen, with steps and changing rooms, suggests ritualistic or communal bathing practices, possibly linked to religious purification ceremonies or seasonal festivals honoring the river gods. Harappa, similarly meticulously planned, featured massive granaries capable of storing thousands of tons of grain, assembly halls for public gatherings, and craft workshops where artisans produced everything from terracotta toys and bronze figurines to weights and measures, standardized to a decimal system, evidence of a highly organized economy without the need for a written bureaucracy beyond trade seals. The Harappans were master artisans and traders, weaving the world's first cotton textiles. The word cotton derives from Arabic kutan via Indus trade routes, fashioning intricate seals from steatite engraved with an undeciphered script of 400 symbols and motifs like the enigmatic Pashupati, proto-Shiva figure in yogic pose surrounded by elephants, tigers, and buffaloes, hinting at a fertility cult or shamanistic religion. Beads of agate, carnelian, and lapis lazuli imported from Afghanistan adorned their jewelry, while copper tools from Rajasthan and tin from Afghanistan were alloyed into bronze for axes and fishhooks. Commerce was extensive and peaceful. Cotton bolts, ivory combs, and pottery were exchanged with Sumerians in Mesopotamia, Harappan seals found in Ur's royal tombs, and Egyptians using bullock carts and riverboats along the Indus, with no evidence of militarism or fortified walls for defense, only against floods, suggesting a society governed by priests or merchants rather than kings or warriors. Remarkably, there is little evidence of centralized kingship, slavery, or large-scale warfare. Instead, the society appears remarkably egalitarian, with public granaries indicating collective resource management and no palaces dominating the skyline. The civilization's decline around 1900 BCE remains one of archaeology's great enigmas. Perhaps prolonged droughts caused by shifting monsoons dried up the Saraswati River, identified with the Gagar Hakra, or tectonic shifts and earthquakes diverted watercourses, leading to salinization of soils and abandonment of cities. Whatever the cause, the urban centers were gradually deserted, their bricks recycled by later settlers, and the population shifted to smaller villages, setting the stage for new waves of influence. The Vedic Age, 1500 to 500 BCE, arrived with the Indo-Aryan migrations from Central Asia through the Khyber Pass, bringing light-skinned pastoralists with chariots, horses, and the Sanskrit language of the Vedas. These newcomers, described in the Rig Veda as Arya, noble, composed over 1,000 hymns to deities like Indra, the thunder god who slew the dragon Vritra to release monsoon waters, and Agni, the fire god of rituals. They settled in the Punjab's Sapta Sindhu, land of 7 rivers, herding cattle and performing yajnas, sacrifices, gradually blending with indigenous dasyus, dasas, to form the Varna system: Brahmins, priests; Kshatriyas, warriors; Vaishyas, merchants; and Shudras, laborers. The epics Mahabharata and Ramayana, oral traditions later committed to palm leaf manuscripts, reference legendary battles in Punjab, with Kurukshetra as a symbolic field of dharma, righteousness, influencing Punjabi folklore and festivals to this day. In the 6th century BCE, the Gangetic Plains birthed reform movements against Vedic ritualism and caste rigidity. Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in Bihar, but preached widely in Taxila, Gandhara's intellectual capital, where he debated Brahmins and kings. Taxila, spanning 25 square kilometers and predating Athens Academy, was a vibrant university town with 10,000 students from across Asia studying the Vedas, logic, mathematics, and surgery under luminaries like Chanakya, author of Arthashastra, the world's first treatise on statecraft. Ashoka the Great, Mauryan emperor 268 to 332 BCE, converted to Buddhism after the Kalinga War's carnage, 100,000 dead, 150,000 deported, renouncing violence and spreading the Dharma via rock edicts inscribed in Prakrit and Greek in Mansehra and Sahbazgari, promoting moral governance, animal welfare, and environmental protection. Stupas at Sanchi and Taxila housed Buddha's relics, fostering a golden age of monastic learning that sent missionaries to Sri Lanka and Central Asia. Alexander the Great's invasion in 326 BCE added a layer of Hellenistic fusion to this cultural mosaic. Marching from Bactria with 40,000 battle-hardened troops, the Macedonian king crossed the Hindu Kush mountains in grueling marches, allying with Ambi of Taxilas against King Porus of Paurava on the banks of the Hydaspes, Jhelum River. The battle was Alexander's toughest. Monsoon rains turned fields to mud. Porus's 200 war elephants charged the phalanx, and Indian archers loosed arrows like rain. But Greek sarissas, long pikes, and companion cavalry broke the lines. Victorious but impressed by Porus's valor, Alexander reinstated him as satrap, naming the battleground Bucephala after his horse. The campaign ended at the Bees River due to troop mutiny, soldiers exhausted by heat, dysentery, and endless marches. But Greek settlements like Alexandria Bucephalus near Jhelum left a legacy of coins, amphora, and statues. Post-Alexander, the Indo-Greek kingdom under Demetrius and Menander Milinda flourished, with Menander converting to Buddhism as recorded in the Milinda Panha dialogues, blending Greek philosophy with Buddhist ethics. The Kushan Empire, 30 to 375 CE, under Kujula Kadphises and his grandson Kanishka the Great, made Peshawar, Purushapura, the capital, controlling the Silk Road trade from China to Rome. Kanishka, a Yushi nomad converted to Buddhism, convened the Fourth Buddhist Council in Kundalvana, standardizing Mahayana texts and sending missionaries like Ashvaghosha to Central Asia. His gold coins depicted Shiva, Buddha, and Greek gods, symbolizing syncretism. Gandhara art peaked, Greco-Buddhist sculptures of the Buddha with Apollo-like wavy hair, toga drapery, and Roman drapes, found in the ruins of Takti Bahi Monastery in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where Corinthian columns support vaulted halls. The Gupta Golden Age, 320 to 550 CE, in the east, influenced the northwest through trade, introducing iron pillar technology for rust-resistant structures and the decimal system via Brahmagupta's mathematics. But the Hephthalite Huns, White Huns, disrupted in the 5th century, sacking cities and paving the way for local dynasties like the Shahis in Kabul and Punjab, who built Hindu Shahi temples in Hund and Ghazni. The true turning point The arrival of Islam in 711 CE was not a cataclysm, but a gradual infusion that would profoundly shape the region's identity, blending with local traditions to create a unique Indo-Islamic culture. Muhammad bin Qasim, a 17-year-old Umayyad general and nephew of the formidable governor Hajjaj bin Yusuf, was dispatched from Basra with an expeditionary force of 6,000 cavalry, 6,000 Arab infantry, and a camel corps, landing at the port of Debal near modern Karachi in June 711. The casus belli were the piracy of Arab ships by Sindh's ruler Raja Dahir of the Brahmin dynasty, but the conquest unfolded with remarkable speed and clemency. Bin Qasim's fleet, guided by a kidnapped Brahmin pilot, defeated Dahir at the Battle of Aror near Rori on the Indus, where Dahir's 50,000 troops and elephants were routed by Arab archers and cavalry charges. Capturing Debal, Sehwan, and Multan, bin Qasim's administration was a model of tolerance. Hindus and Buddhists retained their positions in governance, temples were protected, and jizya, poll tax, was optional for non-combatants, lower than under Dahir's regime. A famous anecdote recounts bin Qasim ordering the Somnath idol in Multan melted for coins, but returning gold to a Hindu widow who proved her husband's ownership through a bracelet inscription showcasing justice. Conversions were gradual, often among Buddhists disillusioned with caste and lower Hindus seeking equality in Islam's Ummah community. Bin Qasim's recall in 715 due to court intrigue in Damascus led to his execution, but his legacy endured. Sindh became a Muslim-majority region, and Arab scholars like al-Masudi later praised its libraries. The spread of Islam accelerated with Turkic dynasties. Mahmud of Ghazni, 997 to 1030 CE, the idol breaker, launched 17 raids from Afghanistan, targeting temples like Nagarkot, Katoch, and Somnath for their gold, amassing wealth to build Ghazni's minarets and mosques. His court in Lahore attracted Persian poets like Ferdowsi, who completed Shahnameh, and al-Biruni, whose Kitab al-Hind, 1030, is a seminal study of Indian sciences, mathematics, and philosophy, noting the Earth's sphericity and Indian numerals. Mahmud's raids were not mere plunder. They opened paths for Muslim settlement, with Ghazni's armies leaving behind mosques and madrasas. The Ghorid dynasty in 1175 under Muhammad of Ghori captured Multan and Uch, then Lahore after Ghorid victory. Prithviraj Chauhan's defeat at the Second Battle of Tehran, 1192, over 2 days, first inconclusive, second with feigned retreat luring Rajputs into an ambush, established the Delhi Sultanate. Kutubuddin Aibak, Muhammad's slave general, founded the Mamluk dynasty, 1206 to 1290, building Quwat-ul-Islam Mosque in Delhi from temple debris and the Qutub Minar, a 73-meter victory tower. Iltutmish, 1211 to 1236, another slave, minted the silver Tanka coin, repelled Mongols at Tehran, 1221, and patronized Sufi Nizamuddin Auliya, whose dargah in Delhi draws millions. The Khilji dynasty, 1290 to 1320, under Alauddin Khilji, a convert from Hinduism, conquered Gujarat and Ranthambore, introducing market controls to curb inflation and espionage networks to thwart Mongol invasions at Jalandhar, 1299, and Amroha, 1305. His general, Malik Kafur, raided south, but Delhi's wealth waned. The Tughlaq dynasty, 1320 to 1414, under Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, built Tughlaqabad Fort in Delhi. Muhammad bin Tughlaq's eccentricities, shifting capital to Daulatabad, Deogiri in Maharashtra, causing thousands of deaths from hardship, and token currency fiasco, earned him Mad King moniker. Firoz Shah, 1351 to 1388, built Firozabad, Jaunpur, canals in Punjab, and hospitals, but Timur's 1398 sack of Delhi killed 100,000, halting progress. The Sayyid and Lodi dynasties, 1414 to 1526, saw regional fragmentation. Bahlul Lodi, 1451 to 1489, moved capital to Agra. Sikandar, 1489 to 1517, built Sikandra. Ibrahim, 1517 to 1526, faced Babur. Sufism was Islam's gentle vanguard. The Chishti order, from Moinuddin Chishti in Ajmer, spread via Nizamuddin in Delhi and Fariduddin Ganshakar in Pakpatan, Punjab, whose Punjabi verses Haq Muhammad Madinavi influenced mystics. Suhrawadiya in Multan by Bahauddin Zakaria emphasized Sharia and scholarship. Qadiri and Naqshbandi orders added layers, with shrines like Data Darbar in Lahore becoming cultural hubs where Qawwali music and langar, free meals, fostered unity.
As the Indus bore witness to gods and kings, to sages and swordsmen, to the quiet devotion of Sufi saints and the clamor of conquerors, could this mosaic of conquests and conversions coalesce into a singular identity capable of birthing a modern nation? Could the river's eternal flow, carrying the sediments of millennia, guide a people toward unity amid diversity? The land was ready, its soil enriched with the blood and dreams of ancestors, waiting for the spark of modern fire to ignite the forge of destiny.
The Mughal Golden Age and the onset of colonial domination. The Mughal Empire burst upon the subcontinent like a resplendent dawn in April 1526, transforming the region into a canvas of architectural splendor, administrative genius, and cultural fusion that would echo through the ages, leaving an indelible mark on the lands that would become Pakistan. Zahir-ud-Din Muhammad Babur, a 12th-generation descendant of the conqueror Timur on his father's side and Genghis Khan on his mother's, was no stranger to the throne's caprice and the sting of exile. Born in 1483 in the Fergana Valley, he ascended at 11 but lost it to Uzbeks by 1497, wandering Central Asia with a band of loyal Timurids before turning his gaze southward to the riches of Hindustan. At the First Battle of Panipat, his 12,000 men, mostly mounted archers from Fergana, faced Sultan Ibrahim Lodi's 200,000 Afghan troops and 1,000 war elephants. Babur's innovation, the Tulugma tactic of dividing forces for flanking maneuvers, combined with field artillery and matchlock guns, a novelty in India, turned the tide in hours, scattering Lodi's army in panic as elephants stampeded. Claiming Delhi and Agra, Babur lamented the subcontinent's heat and lack of vineyards in his memoir, the Baburnama, the first autobiography in the Islamic literature, but he admired its gardens, laying out the Ram Bagh in Agra as a charbakh, four-part paradise, and exploring the Ravi River's banks near Lahore, where he hunted rhinos and wrote poetry in Chagatai Turkish. His son, Nasir-ud-Din Muhammad Humayun, ascended in 1530 amid intrigue, but faced immediate rebellion from Sher Shah Suri, an Afghan postmaster turned visionary ruler. Sher Shah defeated Humayun at the Battle of Chausa, 1539, on the Ganges, where Humayun fled on a woman's palanquin through the river, and decisively at Kanauj, 1540, forcing the emperor into 15 years of exile in Persia under Shah Tahmasp. Sher Shah's brief reign, 1540 to 1545, was a masterclass in governance. He rebuilt the Grand Trunk Road from Chittagong to Kabul with 1,400 miles of tree-lined avenues, 700 saras, or inns, coast minars, milestones every 2 miles, and baolis, or stepwells for travelers, facilitating trade and pilgrimage. He introduced the silver rupiah coin of 178 grains, standardized weights, and a revenue system with zabt, or crop measurement, and dasala, or 10-year average yield assessment, collecting 1/3 in cash or kind. Reforms so efficient that Akbar adopted them wholesale. Sher Shah's son Islam Shah continued, but Humayun returned in 1555 with Safavid aid, recapturing Lahore and Delhi. A fall from his library stairs in January 1556 ended his life, but not the dynasty he had barely revived. Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, crowned at 13 in February 1556, emerged as the empire's true architect, a boy emperor who would grow into one of history's greatest rulers, expanding and stabilizing a realm that touched every corner of the subcontinent. Under the regency of the fierce Bayram Khan, a Shia Turk, Akbar won the Second Battle of Panipat, 1556, against the Hindu general Hemu, who had blinded captured Afghans and crowned himself emperor. Hemu's war elephant charge was halted by Khan's artillery, and Akbar, barely 14, struck the fatal arrow. Akbar's conquests were relentless and strategic. He subdued Malwa in 1562, the Rajput strongholds of Chittor in 1568, where 8,000 Rajputs committed Johar, self-immolation, moving Akbar to tears and a policy of reconciliation. Ranthambore in 1569 and Gujarat in 1573, securing Arabian Sea ports. In the northwest, he annexed Sindh in 1591 under Khan-i Khanan and brought Baluchistan's tribes under loose suzerainty through subsidies. Lahore, established as the second capital in 1586, became a glittering hub. Akbar rebuilt its fort with red sandstone walls 60 feet high, added the Diwan-e-Am, public audience hall for petitions, and commissioned the Jahangiri Mahal with jolly screens and chhatris or cupolas. The city's walled city, with gates like Delhi and Kashmiri, bustled with bazaars selling Kashmiri shawls and Multani pottery. Akbar's genius lay not in conquest alone, but in governance that fostered unity in diversity. The Mansabdari system ranked officials by Zat, or personal rank, and Sawar, or cavalry obligation, from 10 to 10,000, ensuring loyalty through transferable jagirs or land assignments rather than hereditary fiefs. Revenue Minister Raja Todermal, a Hindu Khatri, implemented the Zapt system, lands measured with bamboo poles, soils classified as pole or good, or pauroti or inferior, and taxes fixed at 1/3 the average yield over 10 years, dasala, collected in cash to fund the treasury. This agricultural reform increased revenue from 100 million to 200 million dams annually, funding public works like canals in Punjab. Religious policy evolved dramatically. The Ibadat Khana, or House of Worship, in Fatehpur Sikri, hosted debates with Jesuit missionaries from Goa, Jain monks, Parsi priests, and Hindu pandits, leading to Sul-e-Kul, or universal peace with all. The jizya, poll tax on non-Muslims, was abolished in 1564. Interfaith marriages encouraged. Akbar married 36 Rajput princesses, including the legendary Jodhabai, Maryam-uz-Zamani, mother of Jahangir, and he issued Madad-e-Mash grants to scholars regardless of faith. Din-e-Ilahi, or 1582, a personal ethical code with 18 disciples like Birbal, the poet, and Tansen, the musician, emphasized sun worship, vegetarianism, and tolerance, though it never became a state religion and died with Akbar. Cultural patronage under Akbar was legendary. Abul Fazl's Akbarnama and Ain-e-Akbari, 50-volume chronicles detailed administration, army, and customs. Tansen's ragas enchanted courts. Abul Fazl's brother, Faizi, translated Mahabharata into Persian. Miniature paintings by Baswan and Daswanth depicted hunts with cheetahs and elephants, festivals like Basant, and court scenes with diverse courtiers in jama robes and patka turbans. Architecture blended Persian domes with Indian chhatris, as in Fatehpur Sikri's Buland Darwaza, 1576, a 54-meter gateway proclaiming Allah Akbar. Nur-ud-Din Jahangir Salim, 1605 to 1627, conqueror of the world, ruled from Lahore, where he built the tomb for his rebellion son Khusrau, and the Hiran Minar, a 100-foot brick minaret topped with an antlered fish for falcon hunts in memory of his pet cheetah. His memoir, Tuzuk-i-Jahangiri, detailed daily life, justice, a golden chain of 12 bells for petitioners rung by a blind man in 1611, and art patronage. European painters like Bichater fused Mughal miniatures with Renaissance portraits. Wife Mehranun Nisa, titled Nur Jahan, Light of the World, wielded unprecedented power, issuing coins in her name, leading hunts where she shot 4 tigers with 6 shots, and commissioning the Itimad-e-Gaulah tomb in Agra, with pietra dura inlay foreshadowing the Taj Mahal. Jahangir's addiction to opium and wine weakened rule, but his tolerance extended to Christians and Jews.
Shahabuddin Shah Jahan, 1628 to 1658, king of the world, epitomized Mughal opulence and architectural zenith. Shifting the capital to Delhi in 1638 with Shahjahanabad, Old Delhi, he built the Red Fort with Diwani Khas. If there is paradise on earth, it is this, it is this, it is this, and Jama Masjid. In Lahore, his influence shone in the Wazir Khan Mosque 1634 with glazed tiles depicting floral motifs and calligraphy, and Shalimar Gardens 1641, a 42-acre terraced paradise with 3 levels, the upper for emperors, middle for nobles, lower for public, featuring 410 fountains, marble pavilions, and chini khanas, china niches, fed by Abedal Channel. His love for Mumtaz Mahal, who died in 1631 during the Deccan siege of Burhanpur, inspired the Taj Mahal 1632 to 1653. But his 30-year reign saw treasury depletion from endless campaigns against Deccan sultanates and Rajputs, with 20,000 workers on monuments. Revolt by sons in 1658, Dara Shikoh, liberal, Shuja, naval, Aurangzeb, orthodox, led to capture at Dharmat and Samugad, imprisoning Shah Jahan in Agra fort until 1666, where he spent his last years gazing at the Taj through diamond-studded windows. Muhyiddin Muhammad Aurangzeb Alamgir, 1658 to 1707, conqueror of the universe, ascended through fratricide, defeating Dara at Samugad and executing brothers, imprisoning father. His reign expanded the empire to 4 million square kilometers, conquering Bijapur in 1686 with 500,000 troops and Golconda in 1687, but at immense cost. 200,000 deaths, treasury empty. In Pakistan's regions, he fortified Attock Fort in 1662 against Afghans, built Badshahi Mosque in Lahore 1673, largest at time, 100,000 capacity, and extended control to Makran coast. Patron of scholars like Bakhtawar Khan, he copied Quran by hand 13 times. But orthodoxy alienated, jizya reimposed 1679, temple destructions, Kashi Vishwanath 1669, executions of Sikh Guru Tegh Bahadur 1675 for refusing conversion, and Guru Gobind Singh's sons 1705. Deccan campaigns drained 25 million rupees yearly, rebellions by Marathas under Shivaji escaped Agra 1666, Sikhs, Jats multiplied. Aurangzeb's death in Ahmednagar camp, Quran in hand, left a fragmented empire, succession wars among sons weakening it. The 18th century was chaos. Persians' Nadir Shah's 1739 invasion through Punjab sacked Delhi, looting Peacock Throne, Kohinoor Diamond, and 700 million rupees in treasure, massacring 30,000. Afghans Ahmad Shah Durrani, Abdali, 1747 to 1772, founded Durrani Empire, invading 8 times, defeating Marathas at 3rd Panipat, 1661, with 60,000 dead, establishing suzerainty in Punjab, Sindh. Sikh missiles, 12 confederacies under Jassa Singh Ahluwalia, resisted, capturing Lahore 1761, minting coins. Maharaja Ranjit Singh, 1780 to 1839, unified Sikhs in 1799, conquering Lahore from Afghans, Multan, 1818 from Nawab Muzaffar, Kashmir, 1819 1 million rupees revenue, Peshawar, 1834 from Yusufzais. His secular darbar employed Muslim Fakir Azizuddin as foreign minister, French generals like Allard, Ventura for artillery. Lahore Fort gilded, Harmandir Sahib, Golden Temple, rebuilt with 400 kg gold. Ranjit, Lion of Punjab, died 1839, empire crumbling under intrigue, leading British annexation. British East India Company arrived 1600 with Surat Factory, Lahore 1620. Plassey victory over Siraj-ud-Dawla opened Bengal. Sindh annexed 1843 after Battle of Miani against Talpurs, where Mir Nasir Khan's 30,000 fell to 2,800 British. Punjab 1849 after Anglo-Sikh Wars. First 1845 to 46 at Mutki, Firoz Shah, night battle, British bayonets won. Treaty of Lahore ceded Jalandhar Doab, 1.5 million rupees indemnity, Dalhousie resident. Second 1848 to 49 at Chilianwala, British 2,800 casualties, Gujarat. Dalhousie annexed, exiling young Dalip Singh, seizing Kohinoor for Victoria. Doctrine of Lapse Annex Satara 1848, Jhansi 1853. 1857 Sepoy Mutiny. Meerut barracks uprising over greased cartridges, cow, pig fat, spreading to Delhi where Bahadur Shah Zafar, 82, proclaimed emperor. Mangal Pandey, Azimullah Khan, Tantia Tope led, British recaptured, Canning's reprisals executed 100,000. Zafar exiled to Rangoon, dying 1862. 1858 Government of India Act, Crown Direct Rule, Secretary of State, Viceroy. Victoria's 1858 proclamation promised non-interference in religion, equality. But Muslims, seen as fanatics, suffered. Lands confiscated, Urdu demoted, jobs to Hindus. Nadirul Muslimin, Muslim low point. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, 1817 to 1898, Mughal noble in Asbab-e-Bagawat-e-Hind, 1858, blamed British policies. Loyal in 1857, knighted 1888. 1864, Scientific Society Ghazipur translated science to Urdu. 1875, Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College Aligarh blended Western and Islamic education. Motto, religious and moral instruction and English education. 1886, Conference mobilized Muslims. Two nations theory, Hindus Muslims distinct as two eyes, two ears.
In the gathering shadows of the Raj, as reformers kindled lamps of knowledge and poets wove verses of separate souls, could a movement sparked in drawing rooms ignite the flames of a nation? Could the weight of 2-century subjugation bend to the unyielding will of a united community? The drama of destiny was unfolding, its script written in the ink of resolve and the blood of the brave.
The Pakistan movement and the crucible of World War II. The dawn of the 20th century brought a cauldron of political awakening and communal ferment to British India, a subcontinent seething with the aspirations of 300 million under the weight of an alien empire. The 1905 partition of Bengal by Viceroy Lord Curzon, ostensibly for administrative efficiency, created a Muslim-majority East Bengal in Assam, but was seen as divide and rule to weaken Bengali nationalism. Swadeshi movement boycotted British goods, burning cloth in bonfires and promoting khadi, but annulment in 1911 amid protests fueled Muslim grievances. In this climate, the All India Muslim League was formed on December 30, 1906 in Dhaka's town hall under the presidency of Aga Khan III, with Nawab Salimullah of Dhaka as key patron. The League's initial objectives were modest: to safeguard Muslim political rights, promote loyalty to the British, and secure separate electorates to prevent Hindu majority dominance in legislatures. The 1909 Morley-Minto reforms, influenced by League lobbying, granted limited self-rule with separate Muslim seats, 90 in Imperial Council, 117 in provinces, marking the first constitutional recognition of Muslims as a distinct political entity. The 1916 Lucknow Pact was a fleeting moment of Hindu-Muslim unity, brokered by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, then a rising star in both Congress and League. Jinnah, dubbed the Ambassador of Hindu-Muslim Unity by Gopal Krishna Gokhale, mediated between League President and Annie Besant's Home Rule League. The pact demanded self-government, 1/3 Muslim seats in central legislature, and provincial autonomy with separate electorates. It was a compromise. Congress accepted separate electorates, League endorsed joint electorates elsewhere, presented to Montagu in London. But WW1, 1914 to 1918, strained alliances. 1.3 million Indians served in British armies, 74,000 died, but influenza pandemic killed 12 million. Post-war Rowlatt Act 1919 allowed detention without trial, sparking protests. Jallianwala Bagh massacre in Amritsar, where General Dyer ordered troops to fire on 10,000 unarmed Sikhs celebrating Baisakhi, killing 379 official, wounding 1,200, galvanized resistance. The Khilafat movement, 1919 to 1924, united Muslims and Hindus in a rare alliance. Ottoman Caliph's deposition in Treaty of Sèvres 1920 outraged Indian Muslims who saw him as spiritual leader. Leaders like Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, imprisoned for sedition, allied with Gandhi's non-cooperation movement 1920, boycotting schools, courts, titles, foreign cloth. Jinnah opposed mass agitation, warning of chaos, resigning Congress in 1920. Chora Chora 1922, where peasants burned police station, killing 22, ended non-cooperation. Ataturk's 1924 caliphate abolition and secular reforms disillusioned Khilafatists, straining ties. Gandhi called it Hindu-Muslim unity's funeral. Simon Commission, 1927, all British to review reforms, boycotted with Go Back Simon placards. Nehru Report, 1928, Congress drafted constitution, proposed unitary state, joint electorates, no separate Muslim representation, rejected by Jinnah, who countered with 14 points, 1929. Federal structure, Muslim majority provinces autonomous, 1/3 central seats, no amendment without Muslim consent. Roundtable Conferences, 1930 to 1932 in London. First boycotted by Congress, Gandhi arrested. League attended. Second, Gandhi-Irwin Pact freed him, but Jinnah boycotted. Third, princely states dominated, but Communal Award 1932 extended separate electorates to the depressed classes, modified by Pune Pact with Ambedkar for reserved seats. The 1935 Government of India Act, longest British constitution, granted provincial autonomy, diarchy ended, federal structure with 325 princely states. 1937 elections, Congress won 711 of 1585 seats, forming ministries in 7 provinces, later 8. League 109 of 482 Muslim seats, poor showing due to internal divisions. Congress ministries imposed Bande Mataram as national song, offensive to Muslims as Goddess Durga hymn. Hindi over Urdu, cow slaughter bans, Bande Mataram in schools, perceived as Hindu Raj. Muslims in UP, Bihar felt sidelined. League capitalized with Deliverance Day, December 22, 1939, celebrating Congress resignation over World War II. World War II declaration by Viceroy Linlithgow without consultation enraged Indians. Cripps Mission 1942 offered Dominion status post-war, provincial opt-out, Congress rejected for no immediate power, League for not guaranteeing Pakistan. Quit India, August 8, 1942, saw Congress leaders jailed, underground resistance. League governed NWFP, Sindh, Bengal, gaining administrative experience. Jinnah's evolution. Born December 25, 1876 in Wazir Mansion, Karachi, to Jinnah Bhai Punja, a Gujarati Khoja trader and Mithibai. Educated at Sindh Madrasatul Islam, Bombay's Christian Missionary School, then Lincoln's Inn 1896 to 1901, top advocate by 1906. Joined Congress 1906, married Ratanbai Petit 1918, divorced 1928, daughter Dina. Ambition, united India, but Gandhi's Caliphate alliance and non-cooperation clashed with his constitutionalism. Resigned Congress 1920, focused League, permanent president 1934. Quaid-e-Azam, great leader by 1930s. 1940 Lahore Resolution at Minto Park. Jinnah presided. Fajul Haq moved no constitutional plan unless Muslim-majority areas grouped to constitute independent states. Pakistan, land of pure, coined by Rahmat Ali in 1933, gained currency. 1945 to 1946 elections. League Pakistan or Perish campaign, 425 of 496 Muslim seats. Congress 91% non-Muslim. Mandate for partition. Cabinet Mission, 1946. Federal Plan with Groups B, Punjab, NWFP, Sindh, Balochistan. C, Bengal, Assam. Congress accepted. League withdrew after Nehru's "open to change" comment. Direct Action Day, August 16, 1946. Calcutta riots killed 4,000 to 10,000. Suharto administration blamed. Spread to Noakhali, 5,000 Hindus dead. Bihar, 7,000 Muslims. United Provinces, 5,000 to 15,000 total dead. Communal virus convinced British of partition. Lord Mountbatten, last Viceroy, March 1947, accelerated to August 15. June 3 Plan, partition, Dominion status, provinces vote, princely choose. Punjab, Bengal divided, Sylhet referendum, East Bengal. Radcliffe, Boundary Commissioner, arrived July, drew lines in 5 weeks, secret till August 17. Awarded Gurdaspur, Muslim majority, to India for Kashmir access. Firozpur to India, despite Sikh pressure. Princely states, 562, covering 40% land. Hyderabad, Nizam Osman Ali acceded Pakistan, but police action 1948 integrated India. Junagadh Nawab acceded Pakistan, plebiscite 1947 joined India. Kashmir, Hari Singh delayed. Pathan tribals, Lashkars, invaded October 22, 1947, capturing Muzaffarabad. Singh acceded India October 26, troops airlifted. Pakistan supported tribals, war by November.
The agony of partition and the birth of a nation. Independence Eve, August 14, 1947, was bittersweet. In Karachi, Jinnah addressed Constituent Assembly. You were free to go to your temples, mosques. Constitution shall not discriminate against any religion. Flag raised at Government House, fireworks lit skies, but refugee trains from Punjab arrived with hacked bodies, women mutilated. Partition's human toll was apocalyptic, the largest migration in history. 14.5 million displaced, 7.2 million Muslims to Pakistan, 7.3 million Hindus and Sikhs to India. Punjab's 12 million exchanged in caravans attacked by mobs. Bengal, 5 million fled riots. Trains, dubbed ghost trains, ran empty from one side, filled with corpses from the other. Estimates: 1 to 2 million dead from violence, disease, starvation. Women suffered horrors: 75,000 to 100,000 abducted, forcibly converted, raped. Recovery committees traced 12,000 by 1954. Gandhi's fasts in Calcutta, September 1947, Noakhali marches, calmed some, but Punjab's wounds festered. Pakistan inherited 170 million rupees, 17% assets, no central bank, army scattered in Rawalpindi. Karachi, population 400,000, swelled to 1 million muhajirs, educated from UP, Bihar, straining water, housing. East-West divide. East, 55% population, 75 million Bengalis, 30% revenue, 10% army. West, dominated bureaucracy, Urdu imposed. Economy crippled, no industry like Bombay. India withheld 550 million rupees share released after Gandhi's January 1948 fast. Jinnah appealed. Pakistan is now a sovereign state, but economically it is like a newborn child. Kashmir War intensified crisis. Tribals, Pashtun Lashkars, backed by Pakistan regulars, captured Baramulla October 27th. Indian troops airlifted to Riashnagar counterattacked. Battles in Arry, Poonch. Pakistan Army joined November. UN ceasefire January 1, 1949. UNCIP resolution for plebiscite after demilitarization.
unimplemented. Pakistan holds Azad Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan 35%, India, Jammu and Kashmir 65%. LOC remains flashpoint. Jinnah, frail from tuberculosis, moved government to Karachi August 1947, planned Islamabad 1959 construction. Visited Quetta January 1948, addressing Baloch leaders. Death September 11, 1948. At 71, national mourning, million-attended funeral in Karachi. Buried overlooking Arabian Sea in white marble mausoleum. Liaquat Ali Khan, first Prime Minister, 1947 to 1951, navigated minefield. 1949 Objectives Resolution, moved by Nawabzada Liaquat Ali Khan. Sovereignty belongs to Allah. State enable Islamic life. Democracy, minorities' rights. Foundation for Constitution. 1950 Delhi Pact with Nehru. Minorities protected. No persecution. Liaquat toured U.S., addressing Congress. Pakistan stands for peace. 1951 Rawalpindi Conspiracy. Major General Akbar Khan's coup plot with communists Faiz Ahmed Faiz. Liaquat assassinated October 16th at Company Bagh rally by Saeed Akbar Babrak, Afghan. Motives unclear. Afghan irredentism? Khwaja Nazmuddin, PM. Ghulam Muhammad, Governor General. 1951 Punjab disturbances over Ahmadiyya community. 1953 Lahore riots, 200 dead. Led Nazmuddin dismissal, April 1953. First non-military martial law by Iskandar Mirza. East Bengal language movement. 1948 Urdu imposition as sole state language sparked protests. 1952 police firing in Dhaka killed Abdul Jabbar, Rafiq Uddin Ahmed, Abul Barkat, martyrs. 1954 United Front election landslide over Muslim League over language, economy. Bengali recognized 1956 Constitution. One unit scheme, 1955 West Pakistan single unit to balance East's population majority. 1956 Constitution. Islamic Republic, parliamentary, president ceremonial, Urdu and Bengali national languages, 300-member assembly. Iskandar Mirza president, elections delayed, corruption charges. 1958 martial law October 7th, appointing Ayub Khan army chief as president, dissolving assembly.
Ayub Khan's era of controlled development. Ayub Khan's revolution, 1958 to 1969, promised stability through authoritarianism, blending military discipline with economic pragmatism. 1959 Elective Bodies Disqualification Ordinance targeted corrupt politicians. Basic Democracies System, 1960, created 80,000 elected local councils as electoral college for national decisions, bypassing parties. 1962 Constitution, Presidential System, Indirect Election, National Assembly 156 members, East 75, West 75, Tribal 6. Ayub won 1965 election against Fatima Jinnah, Fatima alleging rigging, protests in Lahore, Karachi. Economy dubbed Decade of Development, GDP growth 6.8% annually, per capita from $90 to $150. Indus Waters Treaty 1960 with India, World Bank mediated, allocated western rivers, Indus, Jhelum, Chenab to Pakistan, eastern to India. Dams built, Mangla 1967, 1,150 megawatts, flooded 200 villages. Tarbela 1976, 4,888 megawatts, displaced 96,000. Green Revolution,
Norman Borlaug's hybrid wheat fertilizers, tube wells, tripled production from 3.7 million tons 1960 to 7.3 million 1970. Punjab became breadbasket, but inequality grew. Landlords benefited, tenants indebted. Private sector boomed. Industrial families like Adamji, Daoud, Saigol controlled 66% industry by 1968. Export bonus voucher scheme aided textiles and jute. Aid from US $2 billion, consortium for Pakistan. Foreign policy, US ally, joined SEATO 1954, CENTO 1955, Peshawar U-2 base for Soviet overflights 1960. 1962 Sino-Indian War, Pakistan neutral but tilted China. 1963 Boundary Agreement, ceded disputed area, Karakoram Highway, KKH, begun 1959 by 24,000 laborers, completed 1979, 1,300 kilometers through Gilgit, linking to Xinjiang. 1965 presidential, Fatima Jinnah, mother of nation, campaigned on democracy, women's rights, but Ayub's 62% win amid ballot stuffing sparked student protests. Ayub Khan Zindabad graffiti. 1965 Indo-Pak War, Kashmir Operation Gibraltar, August 5, sent 30,000 infiltrators, failed. India invaded Chamb, Pakistan countered in Rajasthan. Air War, PAF F-86 Sabres downed 35 IAF planes, 10-to-1 ratio. Ground, Chawinda tank battle, September 8 to 10, 600 tanks, largest since El Alamein. Lahore defended at Burki. Ceasefire, September 23, Tashkent, January 1966, Koshigan mediated, Ayub Indira handshake. Unrest, Bhutto resigned, January 1966, PPP founded, December 1967, Roti Kapra Makan, bread, clothing, shelter, Islami socialism. East Pakistan cyclone, November 12, 1970, killed 500,000. Yaya's slow response, aid delayed 3 days, fueled secession, killers of Bengal label.
The 1971 catastrophe and Bhutto's socialist vision.
General Yahya Khan succeeded Ayub March 25, 1969, amid Lahore protests, promising democracy within 5 years. Legal Framework Order 1970 outlined Constitution, elections December 7, 1970. Cyclone Bhola, November 12, 13, tidal surge 20 feet, 500,000 dead, 1 million homeless. Yahya in China, aid delayed, Mujib accused government neglect. Elections, Awami League 167 of 169 East seats on 6 points. Autonomy, separate currency, militia. PPP 81 of 138 West. Total East 167 of 300, majority. Yahya delayed assembly March 1, 1971, sparking East strikes, non-cooperation. Operation Searchlight, March 25, Army sealed borders, attacked Dhaka University, killed 7,000 to 10,000 in one night, including dormitories. Mujib arrested, flown to West. Genocide, 300,000 to 3 million dead, 10 million refugees to India. Mukti Bahini guerrillas, trained in Tripura camps by RAW, waged asymmetric war. India supported Soviet Treaty, August 1971. Pakistan preemptive strikes December 3 on 11 airfields. 13-day war. Indian Navy sank PNS Ghazi submarine, blockaded Karachi. East, Indian Second Corps advanced, captured Jessore, Khulna. West, stalemate in Punjab, Rajasthan. Dhaka fell December 16. LT Niazi surrendered to LT Aurora. 93,000 POWs, largest since World War II. Bangladesh, independent, Mujib, PM. Shimla Accord, July 72, Bhutto Indira, POWs returned, LOC recognized, no third-party mediation. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, President, December 20, 1971, became civilian martial law administrator. 1973 Constitution, Federal Parliamentary, 4 provinces, National Assembly 210, East 162, West 48, post-1971, President Ceremonial, PM Executive, Islam State Religion, Fundamental Rights. Nationalization, April 1972, 10 basic industries, steel, cement, 31 scheduled banks, life insurance, education, like Punjab, Karachi. Labor laws, 1972, raised wages, limited hours, unions protected. Passport Ordinance, 1974, allowed travel without police character certificate. Land reforms, March 1972, sealing 150 irrigated acres, 300 unirrigated, redistributed 1.3 million acres to 200,000 tenants. 1977 reform, 100 acres. Nuclear program, post-India, Smiling Buddha, 1974, Bhutto convened Multan meeting, 1972, we will eat grass but make the bomb. Kahuta Research Labs, 1976, A.Q. Khan from Urenco Centrifuge Tech. Baloch Insurgency, 1973, after Bengal cabinet dismissal, 55,000 troops versus 1973 to 77, 5,000 dead, Iranian helicopters aided. Foreign policy, Islamic Summit, February 1974, Lahore, 38 nations, OIC strengthened, Shimla normalized India ties, China, iron brother, US strained over nuclear. 1977 elections, March 7, PPP 155 of 200, PNA alleges rigging, protests from March 11, 200 dead in Karachi. Ziaul Haq coup, July 5, Operation Fair Play, arrested Bhutto, promised elections 90 days postponed. Bhutto's murder trial, hanged April 4, 1979, despite appeals from Carter Bandi. Zia's 11 years, 1977 to 1988, Islamization to legitimize rule. Hudud Ordinances, February 1979, Sharia punishments for zina, adultery, theft, amputation, alcohol. Blasphemy Law 295C, death penalty. Federal Shariat Court 1980, reviewed laws. Zakat Ordinance 1980, deducted 2.5% savings for the poor. Ulama Academy trained judges. Afghan-Soviet invasion, December 1979, Pakistan front line, 3.5 million refugees in NWFP and Balochistan. U.S. Reagan Doctrine, $3.2 billion aid, 1981 to 1987, Saudi $4 billion, China weapons. ISI with CIA trained 80,000 mujahideen in 3,000 camps. Stinger missiles downed 270 Soviet helicopters. Operation Cyclone, but radicalized Fatah, Taliban roots. Economy, 6.5% growth, denationalization, 1980s, foreign exchange, $1.5 billion to $4 billion, privatization, rural electrification, 70% villages. Women, 1981 quota, 5% civil service, 20% local bodies, family laws ordinance protected divorce rights. 1983 MRD, Movement for Restoration of Democracy.
Led by Benazir, arrests but Zia relented. 1985 non-party elections, Muhammad Khan Junjeo PM, partial civilian rule. 8th Amendment empowered president to dismiss PM. Zia lifted martial law December 30, 1985, but retained power. Ojri camp explosion 1988 killed 1,000 in Rawalpindi, arms dump. Zia died August 17, 1988, C-130 crash near Bahawalpur, 30 aboard, cause debated. Mechanical failure or sabotage, U.S. intelligence? The roller coaster of democracy,
and the dawn of the 21st century. Ghulam Ishaq Khan, President. Elections November 1988. Benazir Bhutto, PPP, won 93 of 207. First female PM in Muslim world, aged 35. Focused women's rights. Lady Health Workers Program. Benazir income support. But military, ISI under Hamid Gul undermined. Dismissed August 1990 by Ghulam Ishaq Khan on corruption. NRO. Nawaz Sharif, PML, 1990 PM, industrialist from Ittifaq Group. Liberalization, denationalization, FDI $800 million, Lahore-Islamabad motorway 1992, 375 kilometers. Dismissed April 1993, restored by Supreme Court under Saifur Rahman. Resigned July 1993 amid corruption. Benazir, 1993 PM. Power projects, Ghazi Barotha, Gwadar Development Plan. Dismissed November 1996, $1.5 billion corruption. Nawaz, 1997 landslide, 137 of 237 seats. 13th Amendment limited president, Supreme Court independence. Changamanga scandal, but economic growth 5%, nuclear program advanced. Chagai 1 tests May 28, 1998. 5 devices, 40 KT yield, post-India Pokhran 2. Sanctions from US, Japan, but strategic deterrence. Kargil, 1999. Pakistan Army infiltrated 5,000 troops across LOC in Kargil Heights, cutting NH-1A. India recaptured after 2 months, 500 Pakistani dead. Nawaz denied, then admitted. US pressure. Nawaz sacked Musharraf October 12. Coup mid-flight. Musharraf 1999 to 2008. Responsible role of Army. 2000 referendum, 98% yes. 2002 elections, LFO rigged. Economy boomed 7% 2004 to 07. Remittances $6 billion. Stock market KSE 100 tripled. Devolution 2001 empowered Nazims. Media Ordinance 2002. Private channels boom. Geo News critical. 9/11 2001. Musharraf allied US. With us or against us. $10 billion aid. Captured 600 Al-Qaeda. But Fada sanctuary. Lal Masjid siege July 2007. 100 dead. Students barricaded. Emergency November 2007. Suspended constitution. Sacked judges. Lawyers Movement 2007 after Chief Justice Iftikhar Chowdhury suspension, 50,000 marched Lahore. Benazir return October 2007, rally bomb killed 140, she assassinated December 27, Rawalpindi, 200 plus dead. 2008 elections, PPP 121 of 341, PML 91, Zardari president September 2008, NRO pardoned corruption. 18th Amendment, April 2010, devolved ministries to provinces, abolished governor powers, concurrent list to provinces. 2013 elections, Nawaz PML 166 of 342, IMF bailout $6.4 billion for reforms, CPEC 2015, $62 billion with China, Gwadar Port, energy 10,000 megawatts, highways. Panama Papers 2016 leaked offshore firms, JIT 2017 found Nawaz beneficiary, disqualified July 2017, convicted 10 years. Imran Khan PTI 2018 116 of 272 seats, Naya Pakistan, Ehsas Program 2020, 10 million families aid, COVID response vaccinated 80 million. Billion tree tsunami 2014 planted 1 billion, 10 billion 2021, Kartarpur corridor 2019 for Sikh pilgrims. No confidence April 2022 ousted Imran, Shahbaz Sharif PM, 2023 floods, 33 million affected, $30 billion damage, 1,700 dead. Imran arrested May 2023, Tosha case, PTI protests. Pakistan today, 240 million, fifth populace, 65% under 30 youth Burj, literacy 60%, IT exports $3 billion, remittances $31 billion 2023, cricket 2022 champions, PSL League, challenges, debt $130 billion, inflation 25%, terrorism TTP resurgence, climate vulnerability, Indus glacial melt, rise, resilient, innovative, cultural soft power Coke Studio, dramas. From Indus cradle to digital dreams, Pakistan's journey is one of enduring spirit.
From the timeless cradle of the Indus, where ancient cities rose and fell like monsoons, to the vibrant metropolises of Karachi and Lahore, pulsing with the rhythm of modern life. From the searing agony of partitions divided families to the promising horizons of a youth-driven future, Pakistan has been forged in the unquenchable fire of faith, tempered by the relentless storms of strife and sacrifice, and defined eternally by the indomitable courage and unyielding resilience of its diverse people, a living mosaic of trials turned to triumphs, where every scar tells a story of survival. It is not without its shadows of division or the burdens of economic strain, but it is vibrantly alive, an evolving testament to the transformative power of dreams pursued against the fiercest odds, the profound value of unity in diversity, and the unbreakable spirit of a nation that refuses to be defined by its past but dares to dream of its destiny. The narrative of Pakistan endures, not in the dusty tomes of history or the marble monuments of leaders, but in the beating hearts and determined hands of every citizen who carries forward Quaid-e-Azam's vision of a sovereign, just, and prosperous homeland, writing the next chapter with hope as their ink and resilience as their quill.